Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. The book I am summarizing for you today is titled Principles. To achieve your goals, you must be a person with principles and discipline in yourself. In particular, you must organize your life and work style with clear consequences to be able to live in such a complex society. We know the author of this book. His name is Ray Dalio. He's known as the Steve Jobs of the investment industry. As the most important person in Silicon Valley in the 21st century, he has a very famous reputation in the field of finance and investment, and the book Principles he wrote is no less famous than him. The most recognized success in his life is the largest fund management company in the world, Bridgewater Associates. Today, this fund management company has invested more than $160 billion, and his company still maintains its position as the largest and most profitable fund management company in the world. Even though the world has experienced many economic crises, his company has maintained a high profit. Because of his success in the financial industry, Time magazine in the United States evaluated Ray Dalio as one of the 100 most influential people in the world. If we talk about the reason why he wrote this book, it must be said that it was in the early 80s when he records some of his mistakes in the investment field, because in investment there is a lot of risk and there are always new problems. Every day he solves problems, sometimes the same problems and sometimes new problems. He sits down and summarizes the problems he has encountered in the past, such as sitting down and recording the pattern of stock market prices, and finds principles and techniques for investing in the stock market, which are a mental aid for him to analyze and prepare for the next investment. The content in this book can really be applied by everyone in today's life. The book is divided into three main parts. The first part talks about the history of Ray Dalio's struggle. The second part talks about life principles, and the third part talks about work principles. In this book, hundreds of principles are written. Each principle is something we encounter in our daily lives. Those principles are arranged in short and easy-to-understand sentences. Without wasting any more time, let's get to the first part of this book. The first principle is about life principles, how to help us see the world more clearly, know what is true and what is false. The second principle is work principles, how to complete work with discipline in yourself. The last point tells us how to become a great failure, learn from failure, and take it as a lesson, summarized as principles for yourself. The first point is that we look at life principles. There are many life principles, but the most important thing is that we can judge right from wrong and see the world more broadly. In other words, it is more easy to listen to. We dare to accept the truth. Many people may say that we have principles and discipline in ourselves, but in reality, it is not easy for us to follow the principles we have set. We often value ourselves too highly, which is why we are easily confused about what is true and what is an assumption. For example, the stock angel Warren Buffett once said, "When people are afraid, we are greedy. When people are greedy, we are afraid." This principle sounds very easy to understand. But those who have experience buying and selling stocks on the stock market really know that it is not easy to see everyone selling their stocks, but only we are the ones who are sleeping and holding on to our stocks. We cannot apply this principle because at that time we do not know what is true and what is not true. Sometimes when we see everyone selling stocks, we may sell them too. So when we encounter problems or have to make important decisions, how do we make the right decisions? Ray Dalio has summarized a formula for you all. 5 steps to achieving your goals. No matter what your goals are, you need to go through these stages. The 5 stages are setting goals, understanding the problem, analyzing the problem, thinking about solutions, and implementing a plan. Easy to say, but difficult to implement. Most people get to the second step and are already moving forward. They cannot understand the real problem, do not know what the real problem is, and are unable to analyze and find the root cause of the problem. Why is that? Ray Dalio also thought about this point. He understood that this problem could be due to 2 reasons. First, people all have blind spots. The blind spot. People have different perceptions of the same problem. Our mindset limits us to only think about what we can see, which does not allow us to make a correct and comprehensive judgment. People are like this. When there is a disagreement, or our ideas are not agreed with by others, we will try to explain ourselves as right without asking why they do not agree with our ideas. Can they have a better idea? Until some others, just by saying a little, get angry. Ray Dalio says that the most pitiful thing is that people like to think that they are always right, think that they are doing the right thing, and do not want to understand the opinions of others. Sometimes they know that they are wrong, but they still do it. And when the results are not satisfactory, they do not accept their own mistakes, always have reasons, and always blame others. Why is that? Neuroscientists say that this is because it is related to the brain's processing system. There is a part of the brain that is specialized in constantly catching our mistakes. It really wants to know where we are wrong, likes to find weaknesses in our bodies. The purpose is for us to improve ourselves, to do better. However, another part of our brain is not satisfied with this cell. It considers suggestions and criticism as attacks, so they have to find ways to protect themselves to resist attacks. In simple terms, within our bodies there are two forces that are competing for control over our bodies. The book The Elephant and the Elephant Writer also discusses this view. How can you ensure that you are making the right and rational decisions, avoiding this blind spot?
The answer is very simple. First, you need to admit that you are biased, that you have weaknesses. Ray Dalio has met many of the world's top people. He said that no one in this world is perfect. But what makes them the top people in the world is that they are open-minded and accept criticism from others. They are well aware of their weaknesses and blind spots, and they strive to develop their weaknesses to be better. Of course, making yourself think like this is not easy. It takes an average person up to 18 months to polish themselves before they can adapt to this new habit. You can start with small things around you. For example, you can exchange opinions with your friends, siblings, or family, debate an idea, and learn to judge the problem to make the right decision. You will notice that arguing or expressing opinions like this can really make us get a lot of information and ideas from different people that one would not have thought of. In addition to being open-minded and accepting the opinions and criticisms of others, Ray Dalio added that we need to be able to calculate the things we do every day and summarize them into a clear number or conclusion. For example, if you ask someone how many minutes they spend on the road to work on average, they might say about half an hour or sometimes an hour. It varies depending on the traffic on the road. Few or almost no people record the time they spend on the road and divide it by the average to get a specific figure. Knowing this information can really help you control your daily time and increase the quality of your life to a certain extent. For example, if you spend an average of 30 minutes on the road every day, you can choose to listen to general knowledge programs or listen to audiobooks on WeRead, etc., which are all beneficial for you.
Speaking of life principles, let's talk about work principles again. If we talk about these two principles, they go in the same direction. It can be said that work principles are life principles that are applied in the field of work. Here, the author emphasizes that work principles are more important than life principles. These important work principles are derived from the experience of the author Ray Dalio's company. His first work principle is to prioritize creativity, meaning that when a company plans a strategy or makes important decisions, it must choose the most logical and reasonable idea without considering the source, position, or role of whose idea it is. Ray Dalio understands that a company can become big not because of how good the founder of the company is, nor does it look at how many resources it has, but whether the company has implemented the principle of prioritizing creativity. To get a good idea, of course, the first step is for everyone to express their own ideas. The next step is for everyone to give feedback and ask each other. You must be thinking that with so many ideas, how do you know which ideas are good and which are not? Encouraging everyone to express their ideas is just to let everyone express their opinions and views, but the right to make decisions is in the hands of the experts. For example, if we are having a meeting about finance, the marketing department can express its opinion. The human resources department can also express its opinion. But the right to decide which opinion is more reasonable and feasible is only known to the finance department.
You must be asking, if the right to make the final decision is in the finance department, why do other departments need to express their opinions? Isn't that just a waste of time? This is because people have different understandings, strengths, and weaknesses, and they will definitely have different ideas. In order to get the best solution, we need to collect all possible ideas and put them on the table for discussion. But not all companies can create such a work environment. How can we encourage the team to express their opinions? This is referring to Ray Dalio's work principle. When he was leading his company, one day after a meeting, he received an email from his subordinate. The message in the email was, "Ray, the meeting was a mess yesterday. You didn't do well. It seems like you weren't prepared for this meeting at all. Everyone didn't understand what you wanted to talk about. You should have prepared more before calling everyone to come to the meeting. Don't waste our time. If you need help, I can help you." Finally, the employee added a short word. "If you don't believe me, ask the people who attended the meeting today or ask me personally." Children come to say that this kind of boss doesn't happen in other companies, but in Ray's company, it happens often, and he never gets angry about these things. In his company, whether it's a superior or a subordinate, if there is a problem or a suggestion, you can raise it at any time. What makes his company different from others is that every meeting requires an audio recording. If someone is mentioned during the meeting and that person doesn't come, they have to send a recorded voice message to that person. Let him know what his team said about him. So in his company, Bridgewater, there are no secrets, no barriers between the upper and lower levels. In fact, this way of working is quite good.
In most of the work fields, some people do not spend their time doing their jobs with all their heart, but sometimes they spend a lot of time on showing off, making themselves look like they are working hard. They have to spend part of their time on work and part of their time on organizing activities to make themselves look busy and hardworking, covering up their weaknesses and laziness, showing off their strengths and good points. This is a work environment in other places, but in Ray Dalio's company, there is no need to show off like this. Do what you are. Don't be pressured. If you are tired and want to sleep, you can sleep. If you are hungry and want to eat, you can go to the restaurant. You don't have to show off like you were working hard. But the boss doesn't play games or scroll Facebook. This is not honest in work, and it is not effective. But in his company, the rate of quitting is very high. Why? A company that is so free still has people quitting. This is because the team discussions are too strict, too free, too loose. There are no rules and regulations, and there is no boss. Therefore, 1/3 of the new employees cannot adapt to this work environment. But Ray Dalio still sticks to his principles. Those who can get along with each other must have the same work culture and vision. He values creative ideas, no matter who they are, and those ideas are judged only by experts. This means that everyone has the right to express their opinions, but whether the opinions are implemented or not is up to the decision maker in a matter.
Above, we mentioned Ray Dalio's life and work principles. Now, let's talk about ourselves again. How can we create one for ourselves? At the beginning of this book, the author also wrote that whether his principles are useful to the reader depends on whether the reader can apply them effectively or not. What is important is not all the principles, but the considerations and ideas behind those principles. Only by understanding the mindset behind those principles can we make the right decision. In general, principles come from the results of our implementation. We will make many wrong decisions. It is like an internal command of ourselves that can point out to us what is wrong, what is right, what should be done, what should not be done. Ray Dalio has a bad habit of making mistakes. He created an app called Pain Button, which he created to record many of people's mistakes and the lessons learned from those mistakes. It seems that he made a big mistake in his life. This mistake happened in the 80s. The unemployment rate in the United States at that time was very high, which could cause the United States to experience a serious economic crisis. Ray Dalio is very good. He predicted this economic crisis in advance. Many television channels and conferences invited him to participate as a guest speaker to analyze the U.S. economic crisis. He said that soon the United States would experience a serious economic crisis and the stock market would fall. However, the result was different from his analysis. the stock market price would rise even higher. Ray Dalio suffered a serious loss for his wrong analysis this time, almost completely disappearing, leaving only empty-handed. However, going through this mistake made him learn another new lesson, and later he wrote it into his principles. That is, he changed from "I think I am right" to
"Why, I know I am right." It made him a person with better analysis and decision-making. Understanding this reason is what later made him gain many blessings, because when the stock market drops or there is an economic crisis, his fund company still maintains a strong position and makes a lot of profit.
So Ray Dalio encourages everyone to be brave and dare to make mistakes, and write down the mistakes you made on paper and the solutions you made, and summarize them as a lesson for yourself and others. Failure is the father of success. Or not, unless you are a person who knows how to fail. He teaches us to become a professional mistake maker. Obviously, in our daily lives, we have made countless mistakes. Some mistakes make us wake up, and some mistakes make us see new and better opportunities. But the human brain has a short-term memory, meaning that if you have an experience or a good idea and you don't apply it or remember it, you will definitely forget it. In this book, what sticks in my mind the most is that it is said that when you encounter problems in life and work, don't just think about using emotions. You need to find a way to solve it and summarize it as a principle in life. People can make mistakes, but they can't make the same mistake twice. The hundreds of principles that Ray Dalio wrote in this book all came from his own experiences, wrong decisions, and many mistakes. It's like Wikipedia for him.
When he has a problem, he can go to those principles to check whether someone has made that mistake before, how they solved it, until he had them create a computer program called Coach that includes many principles in it. When working, if an employee has a problem that can't be solved, and that problem has already been encountered, he can use keywords to search in the program and see many results, accompanied by detailed instructions on how to solve it. Whether it's Ray Dalio himself or his Bridgewater Fund Management Company, when he encounters a problem, he writes it down in the program and uses it as a principle. When he encounters a similar problem, he can look at the solutions he has done in the past, apply them, or adjust them according to the actual circumstances. So in the market, they are not prone to making mistakes, and they also react quickly to every situation. Let's summarize the third important point in this book. Have your own principles, and not just apply other people's principles. When you encounter a problem, think of a possible solution and write it down as a principle for yourself. Be willing to make mistakes, learn from mistakes, and become a professional mistake maker. This is what Ray Dalio taught us. That's all the main content in this book, so let's summarize it briefly. First, let's talk about Ray Dalio's life principles. He advised that we are humans who think higher than animals, the most intelligent species on Earth. In life, we must learn to open our minds, be curious, and always want to know. Let go of self-blame and unnecessary things that do not bring us good results. Know what is wrong and what is right. Have a rational analysis of everything that happens so that we can manage our lives better. Then, Ray Dalio introduced his work principles. He prioritizes creative ideas, no matter whose idea it is. The decision to implement an idea must be based on arguments and rationality. And whether an idea or suggestion is possible or not, only experts have the right to judge and achieve it. There is no big or small, boss or subordinate. Anyone can express their opinions. What is important is transparency in work. There are no secrets in his company. And finally, we talked about how to create a principle for yourself, because Ray Dalio's principles are not sure that we can apply them, because different times, different jobs, different circumstances, sometimes different luck. So only experiment and create a principle for yourself can be used. Therefore, you must be a skilled failure. Make mistakes, but not die. Learn from mistakes, draw lessons, and write it as a principle for yourself. Thank you for listening. Congratulations on finishing another book.